Hi guys, welcome to the final exam video lesson. This is it, we've reached the end. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started first with these scales that you have for the exam. Now, this may seem a little bit intimidating, but you do have quite a few scales to do for the exam, and they are gonna be hands together. But they are really easy scales to play hands together because all 5 of these scales have the exact same finger pattern. Okay, right hand on all of these scales is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your left hand for every single scale is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That is every single one of the scales that you have to do for the exam. All exactly the same finger patterns. So I am going to go ahead and play those all for you. And you can find the fingers and everything over way back on page 124, back when you guys were doing these hands separately. So we're going to start with our C major, and we're going to do scales and arpeggios. And the arpeggios all have essentially the exact same fingering. The only thing that changes is sometimes we have 4 in the middle of the left hand and sometimes we have 3. Other than that, they're exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and play through, and I'm just going to say the note names out loud because I can't really say the finger names for 2 hands at the same time. But I'll say the note names and just follow along. If you can do the C, you can do G, you can do D, you can do A, you can do E. They're really, really easy, especially if you've been learning your notes. If you've been learning the key signatures and the pitches, these are going to be super, super simple. So here we go with C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Arpeggio, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, C, E, G, C, E, G, C. G major, moving right along, both hands, same exact finger pattern. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp G, G, F sharp E, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp E, D, C, B, A, G, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, G, D, B, G, D, B, G. D major. D, E, F sharp A, G, D, D, E, F sharp G, A, B, C sharp D, E, F sharp G, A, B, C sharp D, D, C sharp B, A, G, F sharp E, D, C sharp B, A, G, F sharp E, D. D, F sharp A, D, F sharp A, D, D, F sharp A, D, F sharp A, D. A major. A, B, C sharp D, E, F sharp G sharp A, B, C sharp D, E, F sharp G sharp A, G sharp, F sharp E, D, C sharp B, A, G sharp, F sharp E, D, C sharp B, A, C sharp E, A, C sharp E, A, E, C sharp A, E, C sharp E. And then lastly, E major. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, A, C, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, G sharp, B, E, D sharp, B, E, B, G sharp, E, B, G sharp, E. Okay. Clearly talking and playing at the same time is slightly outside of my wheelhouse, but that's okay. So that's what you're going to do. You don't need to do them anywhere near that fast. But doing them hands together, because the finger patterns are the exact same, I think those are some of the easiest scales to play. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the solo rep options. So the first one is Moonlight Sonata on page 266 to 267. So just like we looked at last time, the key signature is a little bit tricky here. We've got 4 sharps and quite a few accidentals throughout. And we've also got those large octaves in the left hand. So you'll want to be quite careful of ensuring that you are playing those octaves nice and relaxed, and then keeping that triplet figure moving throughout, and just focusing on the chords. This one's a good option for blocking practice. Great way to practice this one, and it will definitely be helpful. So here we go from the beginning. Pedal down. There we go. A long and dramatic option there for you. And so then the next one that you could choose would be Full Moon Rising over on page 290. So with this one, make sure to pay attention to the changes in hand position in the left hand. We're mostly always moving between this octave with a fifth within, and then lots of fourths in the right hand. So again, this one is kind of a slower, more flowy one, sort of a little bit less intense than Moonlight Sonata, but still moon related. So this one would be a lovely choice. So here we go. Beautiful one there. Then the next one would be Chromatic Rag on page 288 to 289. So again, this one is pretty long. You can skip doing the repeat on the B section if you want to, but you do need to do the da capo so that you actually get the proper ending. But you can just skip to the second ending in that B section over there. And make sure with this one, the chords in the left hand are very, very simple, but you want to make sure that you're sticking to that proper chromatic scale fingering in the right hand. Would be the bear on page 301, my favorite. So left hand is super simple, but make sure that you keep a relaxed wrist to avoid developing a lot of tension as you're playing those that bouncy low octave, and then be sure to pay attention to the finger numbers in the section where you have the thirds in the right hand. And you're also going to want to play the right hand with a very, very heavy touch, but the left hand is going to be a little bit more light. And then last but not least is Equusei on page 317. So for this one's a lot more classical than the others, much more traditional classical repertoire. Careful for the octaves in the left hand in the B section. And then also just keep the chords really nice and bouncy. And then with the right hand, just keep an eye out for the finger numbers. And on this middle section, you really want to bounce. So instead of going like, you know, where you're trying to like just move it with your fingers, that's going to be really hard. If you give it a really good bounce, that's going to make that section a lot easier. So here we go. And I'll do this without the repeats, but with the da capo. That one. I think it's really fun. So that is the last solo rep option that you have. And then the final item that you will be doing is the still, still, still harmonization with two-hand accompaniment. So we'll go ahead and play this one through. I will play the melody. You don't have to do anything with the melody for the exam, but it can be just helpful for practice, kind of keeping you on track. And for this one, again, you'll just do the bottom two clefs, so the two bass clefs, and you'll do it with the da capo, so just remember that. So here is the right hand part. Ready, go. beginning. And here is the accompaniment part that you will play, and I'll call out the chords as we go. 1, 2, ready, go. E flat, C minor, F minor over A flat, B7, E flat, B7, E flat, B7, E flat, back to the beginning, E flat, C minor, F minor over A flat, B flat 7, back to E flat. So I think that this one is pretty easy, really not too bad. So just go through and make sure that you feel really comfortable with the notes in each chord. And again, you don't really have to do anything with the melody for submitting your assignment, but it can be helpful for practice and just getting an idea. Again, it's not a fast tempo at all. So do let us know if you have any questions, if you need any help one-on-one, before like the exam is due, maybe something like before 10 minutes before you're supposed to turn it in. Give us an email, drop us a line if you need some help. We're more than happy to. And again, if there's anything that you would like to have demonstrated with a little bit more specificity, please just let me know. Great job this semester. Keep pushing, and we'll see you in the next one.